Do you find previous defeats play on the mind of the England camp, and does that motivate you more when you step onto the pitch?
Yeah, I think if you've played against a team before and they've beaten you and played better than you, you want to play better, but also if you beat a team, you want to beat them by more points and play better. You're always looking to improve, and every game we play, we're always looking to get better and better. In the
Investec International, you've got to accept that you might be close to losing one game, but you don't aim to lose any games. Your aim is to win every game. So when you do have a loss, it's the way you bounce back from that, and the week after how you play, and you want to go out and win the next game.
After a bad Tri-Nations campaign, many critics claim that South Africa are too old to be a genuine force in international rugby. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think the people who say that, are probably people standing well away from actually ever playing them, because, I think that's a very naive thing to say. South Africa are a massive rugby force. They've had a lot of success. They know how to win. I think one blip in a Tri-Nations doesn't mean anything. Obviously, we want to try and take advantage on that, and if there are any cracks, we're going to want to make sure that we get a result, because South Africa has beaten us quite soundly in the last previous international. So we're going to make sure that we get a win, and I certainly don't feel that they're old. I think they're a pretty potent force.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. You can never write off South Africa. They're always a good, solid team, and I'm sure they didn't go out to have a bad Tri-Nations, and I'm sure they'll be fixing it up for the autumn internationals.
How important a role does the pack play in this game?
For me, in my position, a pack's important to every single international game there is, especially against South Africa. The game can change dramatically if our pack's on the back foot. We don't get any balls backs, and if we're on the front foot, it makes a massive change. We get a lot more space and a lot more ball in order to score tries. So, yeah, we need them to be firing every time.
Yeah, I think South Africa over the past few years have dominated up front, and they've probably been the most dominant force in world rugby, really. The likes of John Smith, Bakis Botha, players like that, they don't come around that often. They've got some fantastic, big, physical players that, our pack's going to have to stand up to, but, so have we, the likes of Andrew Sheridan, Nick Easter, James Haskell in our forwards, we can match them like for like.
I think after Tri-Nations, I think it shows that there are opportunities to enforce your style of play on them and to be physical, and that's what we want to do as a team, is to make sure that we match it, because we have a real potent backline, with Danny and Chris, who I'm here with today. If you set these guys free in space, they're going to score tries, and it's my job and our job as the forwards to get the ball back for them.
Would you say that this game is literally the last opportunity for members of the squad to play their way into contention for the RBS Six Nations?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's the last opportunity. It's the last opportunity to play in an England shirt to impress on an international scale. But you've got a lot of time to go back to your clubs and play in some big games in the Premiership and also in the Heineken Cup and European competitions. So it's the last chance to wear an England shirt and show what you can do there. But I think there's a lot more chances for people to throw their name into the ring for the RBS Six Nations.
Whenever you play for England or play rugby in general, it could always be your last chance to go out there and play, and especially in that white shirt. From my point of view, you've got to make sure that you always perform and not leave anything on the field. You've got to make sure you give everything you have, and then you let things outside your control, i.e. people's selection, injury, your form when you go back to your club, dictate whether you're selected.
As James said, you want to make every England game your best game, so you don't want to leave it to chance that you might not be playing in the next game. And it's exactly the same for the lads that are trying to get into the team. They've still got a chance to impress at the clubs, and you never know, there's injuries in that, so that everyone's got to be ready to play in the team.